The story has it that the price of sheep meat, or by proper white man's language, mutton, depreciated greatly after goons broke into Kenyatta's land in Kamakis and did a coordinated raid of flocks. This has left many wondering who really sponsored the raid. This is happening amidst great tension caused by the ongoing protest led by the Azimio Brigade. As though that was not enough, other goons concurrently attacked the premises of Spectre Company, which is owned by the Azimio principal, Raila Odinga. This makes the plot even more indiscernible. But in this video, we shall articulately tell you who did what, who orchestrated the whole attack, and who paid who to do what. Before we dive into the flesh of our revelation, please subscribe and like our video. This will help us unearth and dismantle conspiracies and keep you informed. Thank you to those who have subscribed. Let's continue with our detective mastery. We will start with a disclaimer that this narration is pegged and anchored on objectivity and facts. We are not aligned to any side or sponsored by anyone. Let's start with the incident at Kamakis. The location is Kamakis, around 12,000 acres of land said to be legally owned by the Kenyatta and later inherited by his younger wife Ingina Kenyatta. Goons who were armed with power saws and other cutting equipment broke into the electric fenced land at around 12 noon. They started cutting down blue gum trees. Before long, they discovered the flocks of sheep. This was the climax of their plans. Before long, they were covered with blood as they slaughtered them mercilessly, and others decided to carry them to an unknown location. But we all know the above. Let's switch gears to the most complex political puzzle. Let's assume that this was state-sponsored and was facilitated by persons with powerful positions. What supports this analogy? This brings us to the utterances of the majority leader, Kimani Ichung'wah. He stated during a Sunday service that they can even attack their land. There in this statement, of course, meant the Kenyattas. Uhuru Kenyatta has been on the radar of the government as one of the sponsors of the protest. As we all know from history, when it comes to giving out money, is not a strong trait for Raila Odinga. So rumor has it that the Kenyattas have been breaking the bank with an aim of destabilizing the government. The action of the attack on their land can be deductively interpreted as a counterattack to scare him away from this sponsorship if at all it exists. But as we all know, the government has all the means to tell the ins and outs as they have the intelligence service at their service. If this is true, is it effective? Of course it is. The reason for this conclusion is the previous conduct of the Kenyattas. They have never been anti-government. Even during the rule of Moi, they continued to flourish by bowing to the government of the day. So we can confidently say that, even if Uhuru is a primary in the Azimio coalition, he will be soon banging the door behind him for some selfish intentions of protecting their billions. Believe it or not, the Kenyattas don't know how to fight with the ruling powers, they only bow. Not even a single day did they fight the Moi regime. Not even a single day did they fight Kibaki. It will not start with Ruto. Believe it or not, before the Raila-Ruto handshake happens, if it ever happens, the Ruto-Uhuru handshake will already be covered with white hair. Ask the Mau Maus, they will tell you that Kenyatta never fought the white man, he collaborated in the guise of fighting. That a story for another day. The second theory of the attack is that Azimio planned it all and executed it with the precision of a surgeon. This theory carries the day as the most truthful and factual plan. Maybe our conclusion is immature, so let us give our reasons why. Number 1, during the protest, Raila Odinga capitalized on this breaking news. Number 2, in Uhuru's land, there were no workers who were present during the raid. Not that they freed, there was no one. The following day they were seen destroying the structure that had been set up. But where were they during the D-Day? Number 3, Kimani Ichung'wah declared they would make a move. No one declares their tactics before they carry them off. That was just some bluffing to awaken the fear that the Kenyattas operate. Number 4, there was no report made by the land workers to the police about the attack. Also, there was no security present during the attack. Number 5, The electric fence was switched off even though there was no power blackout. Number 6. If the government wanted to scare off the Kenyatas, it wouldn't use some goons whose acts cannot even scratch the surface of their diverse and profound wealth. A simple change of policy would serve the purpose without the layman even knowing what the government is doing. Number 7. Ruto is not foolish. We may discredit Ruto for many things, but not wisdom. Let's give merit where it is due. He floored the government, the deep state, and Raila, who is said to be the law and an institution. This man understands the psychological dimension of Kenyans. There are some lines he will not close, at least in public. Who do you think would like to see the attack on him as the attack on Kikuyus? It is the Kenyatas. Uhuru is just trying to gain some sympathy and get some Kikuyus on his side, and maybe by chance, he will have some bargain to facilitate a handshake with Ruto's government. In the near future, they might even try to alienate the Kikuyu so that they might find help from the Kenyatas. If you are still doubting this, then revisit the scenes in Kibra, the night after the protests. Among all the churches in Kibra, a Kikuyu church was the one burnt. Amidst all the mosques in Kibra, the one with the Kikuyu name was burnt. Who during the campaigns distributed poisoned food after Ruto decided to give some relief to the Kiambu community? Who by now is ready to cross the line for they have nothing to lose? Who is the most desperate, the government, in that matter Ruto, or Azimio, in that matter Raila and Uhuru? Who during campaigns was brokering power through tribe leaders and who insisted on Kenyans and not power brokers? I think by now you are convinced that our arguments are not far-fetched. If you are an objective Kenyan, you should be reading between the lines. Remember that these actions are being done when Ruto is progressive, losing some points with the mountain community because of the economic hard times. They will reach a place they will not remember that Uhuru put them in that hole first. Time has a way of wiping the past from our remembrance. As much as the above facts are just a conspiracy theory and our own opinion based on our own personal views and interpretation of information in the public domain and fiction to some extent, our prayer is that this will not escalate and peace shall be found within our borders. We pray that Kenyans will resist being pulled into these battles of the titans. That we will wake up early and toil to actualize our ambitions, and that the government of the day will facilitate this.
We hope this was informative and entertaining for you. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos. This will go far in helping us make better videos. Until next time, keep twitting and achieving your dreams. Don't let anything put you down. Bye for now.